Southern Cross campus holding a narrow lead, 12 points to 10 over St. Paul's College. A converted try on the buzzer from St. Paul's, reducing that margin. Now going to welcome back in Troy Hardy. Well, Troy, impressions of that first half? Certainly Southern Cross, who took the majority of their chances, but St. Paul's were able to really roll through the middle of the park and probably look the more dynamic of the two attacking sides.
Yeah, I agree. Ball in hand, they certainly had most of the meters eaten. You know, it's only Southern Cross that managed to, you know, convert their opportunities to tries. So it's going to be an interesting half. Southern Cross are going to have to, you know, be a wee bit stronger on the defence, try and slow them down. And saying that, you know, they're a pretty sharp outfit, Southern Cross. So St. Paul's, you're going to have to be, that's play on.
Yeah, good work there from Angelo Tolfa, just bringing that one in time. He's had a really good game so far, year 11 at the school. He plays for the Pakatanga Jaguars at club level. He's also an under-15s rep for counties. And, well, he's looked very threatening. It was his clever individual play which set up the most recent of the St. Paul's tries. Little chip over the top.
Right offload.
You see a nice little backline move there, joining in Kelly Lupo. So 40 out from the line now, and dived in a little closer, and referee Wall says penalty. So Tolfa keen to get things back underway. He's going to kick for touch this time. Chew off as many of those meters as he can.
Southern Cross giving away a penalty there with St. Paul's holding attack.
So Tolfa puts this one in, and the set will start 10 metres out from the line. So a real test here for Southern Cross, who have led from the get-go in this one. But their line is about to come under all sorts of pressure. Watch out for the St. Paul's big men. They do appear to have a bit of the size advantage, particularly out the back. Salesi Fokiti, who is calling some shots right now, just talking to his fullback. I wonder if we might see a backline move at some point in this set. In the meantime, they're back and underway.
Yeah, St. Paul's have got great shape. They're looking very threatening, gone back to the short.
And look at that, up over the top and to the try line, and it is Judah Finau who goes over, and he gives St. Paul's their first lead of the game. And you're right, Troy, all the shape was out to the right edge here, wasn't it? But instead they go left, and we'll pick it up here on this play. Finau's lining them up.
Made the right decision just to drop it back on the inside there, and showed enough strength. I mean, he had three boys in front of him. Boom, try. Welcome to the SAS Rugby League College Grand Final.
So Tolfa to attempt the conversion. He's 10 metres in from touch. Struck the last one really nicely, and this one's not bad, but ends up going away and to the left. So the score will remain St. Paul's College 14, Southern Cross Campus 12.
And that try there was scored by number 17, Judah Finau.
We got a new ground announcer down here today, Corey. Big shout out to TJ, one of the football development team boys. And to all the crew there, young David, Mary, Sam. Have I missed anyone? I think we've got the whole team there.
There's a few of them, so.
Yeah, we've got the whole team there who helped delivering the grand finals here today. Big ups to all of them.
And a booming restart of play from Tolfa, and it bounces down. A difficult one, and it's nicely claimed in the end by Southern Cross. But look at the chase from St. Paul's, who really now have found their way into this match. They look very comfortable on both sides of the footy. And it will be now up to Southern Cross to try and ruck this ball out of their own end.
There's a yawning gap just inside the marker, and one boy's just dropped in there to try and fill it. Going to come this side. Yeah. Footwork still slippery.
Told to go back and play the ball again, and he does so. 40 out from the line. They'll work it forward.
Right offload.
Via Langi, who gets some second phase going, and now there's space starting to open up for Southern Cross. Need to be wary of that sideline though, and gets to ground just in time. That time does Fali Moit. Now they will centralise, and they bring in the dummy half. Vaimanga, and he will earn the penalty. They want a quick tap here. They want to keep this St. Paul's defence working. Salisa Leomoana taps and hands it back to his back rower, Filimoi. A little bit of footwork at the line, and he gets the offload away. This is nice footy from Southern Cross. They're 10 metres out from the line. Salisa Leomoana jumps into dummy half. He's got options left and right. He will go left and end up going on his own. Engages 3 defenders, gets the second phase away. Look at the offloads coming from Southern Cross now. Looking to promote that footy right in front of the Hayden roll it uprights now, and another penalty. And the tap and the go, and they should score here. That'll be allowed to play on, and that is just a heads-up play from Charlie Salisa Leomoana. That is his second try of the game. That name is getting a fair workout today, Troy. He's having a fine game along with his brother in the number 20 jersey. Let's have a look here. They get the penalty, and really, St. Paul's backs to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things here, noticing 9's, as he dives in, he knows that there are gaps there. That's a try. Is just off to the left-hand side with the referee standing on the line on the try line there. There's no one actually jamming in next to him. So if someone is to run at the referee, there's a yawning great big hole there that they need to jam in. I suppose that's part of 9's. So we'll just wait for the ground announcement to finish.
Score is 18 points to 14, Southern Cross in the lead.
In regards to where the referee's standing on the defence line, if somebody's not jamming in close to him, there's a big yawning gap, and if they were to run at him, all he's going to do is step out of the way, and they're going to go straight through that line.
Yeah, it's a good point, and you do tend to see it quite often, don't you? It's just a sort of personal space issue, isn't it? That players do tend to stand a little bit off the referee. And
optical illusion, eh? You think somebody's in the line, and when you're under a lot of pressure, especially down inside your try line area, and he's let that go.
So
good
that's
call.
A bad error after a try there for Southern Cross, and this will bring St. Paul's right back into it.
Welcome to all our supporters here from both St. Paul's and Southern Cross camp.
St. Paul's now with an opportunity.
So
nice settle.
Tolfa will get the restart, and he will run it up first. Finau was told to go back, and another of those little cheeky plays at dummy half, and now the winger gets involved. William Pilu.
Yeah, they managed to just get on him. Is he going to call that?
He's felt that one, William Pilu, and some concern being shown from the defender. And
it's an ankle.
Time off. And I think you may be right, a lower leg injury there, although he's going to stay on the field and at least play the ball. Whether he remains...
What happens in a grand final, Corey? You just walk it off.
See now a little move down the right edge, and that is brilliant covering defence from Southern Cross. And guess who? Charlie to the rescue once again for Southern Cross. Having a fine game as the Southern Cross fullback, and that time chimed in at the perfect time just to bundle Connor Williams into touch, because Williams was going in then. There's no doubt about it. So Salisa Leomoana now will get Southern Cross back underway. About 12 minutes remaining in this grand final. Really nothing in it at this stage. Both sides have traded tries throughout, and looks likely now as we see another penalty blown.
Referee right in the centre of that one.
Alright, we're currently 11.5 minutes left on play for our under-15 nine-a-side grand final. Currently we have Southern Cross in front, 18 points to 14.
So the kick goes into touch. And they won't be too far off halfway by the time they eventually do get the ball back. Distinct lack of ball boys here today, which is the reason it can take a little longer to get the ball back. So we eventually get back underway.
Now our second grand final for today's fixtures will set to be taken off at 4:30 p.m.
Whitehead will have the first carry, and it's a good one. Takes 3 defenders with him and goes up over halfway. Salisa Leomoana Goes short side now and brings
Oh,
Missy Putty into it, and he wears a big shot over the top. They're 40 out from the line, Southern Cross. They lead by 4. Poor handling error that time, and the conditions have plenty to do with that one. Tolfa won't mind one bit. He picks up the ball and says, let's go again, boys.
yeah, he's cool and knock on, eh?
Well, so tricky, they tricked themselves that time, St. Paul's. Can't with the error, and that's a poor one because been really let off the hook then, had St. Paul's. And now you can expect the pressure to come straight back on. That's a late pass at the line. It was okay, and Tani Vessi bumps the ball forward, 30 out from the line. 10 minutes to go here in this grand final. 1 out stuff from Southern Cross for the time being. A little change of direction at the line. It's a good scramble though from St. Paul's, and they get across to close it down. 15 out from the line. Salisa Leomiana jumps out and a darting carry. He's taken down 6 out from the line. Fali Moi, he'll jump out a dummy half, looking for a gap. Plenty of maroon defenders there though. Will dart out of dummy half. That'll be a try. Well, we've seen 2 tries from Charlie Salisalio Moana, and now it is Elijah's turn. Elijah Salisalio Moana gets to the quick, play the ball, and really just a little crabbing run, finds a gap, and he's too powerful. I wonder if he sold one on the dummy there, but it's good work in the end, Troy, just to keep the body moving and roll over.
Yeah, he did had enough upper body strength to twist right at the end there and dot the ball down, and he had a little bit of work to do. As we wait now for that kick was waved away.
Yep, the kick wide, so 22 points to 14.
Try was scored by number 20, Elijah Salisa
So the clock on the scoreboard starts to play a part now as the points start to spread a little. And I'd suggest it's now on ever for St. Paul's.
So 2 tries, the gap.
It's taken 3 kicks to get the ball back to halfway for kickoff. Here we go.
3 kicks in the best part of 1 minute, but Southern Cross won't mind as we get back to it, and it's a almost
Line
intentionally low one that time, and Tolfa will pick it up, and you would think if they're going to be sparked back into life here, it will be off the back of someone like Angelo Tolfa. Watch out as well for Mark Tautili. Some really good carries early on. Here's Pilu, who was down with an ankle injury earlier. Appears to have shaken that off, and he darts them forward. They tackled just short of the 40. Taking it to the line that time, AJ Jones. Tatana Simi takes them up over halfway. Tolfa, kick over the top, and now it's Tolfa that is leading the chase as well, and there's pressure on at the back here. Loose ball, that's knocked on by Southern Cross by my count, and this will be 6 again. They want a quick play of the ball. Space on the left edge if they go there. Instead, they go right. Looking to sum it up now, and a little change of direction. That would have been double movement had he reached out, and it was very clever just to hold the ball there. And they'll reset now. They'll come back to the middle of the park where Kauli Lupo is set upon by 3 defenders. And late to slow it down is Tanavesi. Right edge, they're going to come again. Looping ball over the top. Williams will score. Connor Williams scores in the far right corner. The touchy takes a tumble, but the try stands.
Awarded. Yep.
Connor Williams goes over, and this comes after, well, really, a number of tackles where St. Paul's could have spread the ball, instead chose to remain down this right side corridor. It's a beautiful ball actually from Foketi, just to isolate his wide man there, Troy, and Williams finishes nicely.
Just as the replay comes to an end there, there's a Southern Cross player down in background, and he's still yet to get up to join the boys, so I think there'll be a trainer out to see him very shortly. One of the St. Paul's boys checked on him, I think he's done something to his knee, to his leg. They're giving him a bit of attention now as we wait for the kick to come. Not a bad attempt either, just off to the right of the Hayden, roll it upright. And
Score will remain the same in favour of Southern Cross campus.
Just on the kicking, considering the conditions and the fact that they are drop kicking, some pretty impressive strikes today. We have seen a couple of less than ideal ones as well, but that time
it was a good effort.
missed just to the right. So St. Paul's, they want to get things back underway here. There's an injured man down in back play, and as far as I'm aware, we've still got time on. And so we do restart with a man down on his haunches by the Hayden and Roll It Uprights. Southern Cross with the ball. And they will work it forward via Sione Vaimanga.
St. Paul's will be looking for some great line speed here. They want to get up and contain them.
Southern Cross just looking to slow everything down. Jerome Falimoi, he slow to his feet that time. There's Charlie Salisali-Omoana. What a game he has had.
He's been a handful.
Right edge they come, and they look it forward via this powerful lock forward. Kazaris Tanivesi has got through some work, particularly in the second half. And now they run it via the halfback, Xavier Ta'ala, who scored that runaway try in the first half to double his side's lead. Now Salisali-Omoana will kick. The chase isn't much from Southern Cross, and it's way too deep anyway.
That'll end up at Mount Smart number 1.
Down over the end and back to collected as Kali Lupo.
Here, at the conclusion of our grand finals, please ensure parents and spectators remain seated in the green. No parents or spectators now on the field or the running track.
Southern Cross players coming off in the background as we return to play.
And, they want to get them off the field as quickly as they can here, because they're playing a man down on the defensive line by the look of it, just trying to have a little count up there. So the interchange can't be actioned until he's off the field. In the meantime, St. Paul's, they smell blood. They shift the ball on now. Tolfa with a looping ball over the top. It brings Foketti into it, and Foketti puts the head down and he bumps it forward. He's taken down 4 meters short of halfway. Right edge they come now. Just holding it up, little double punt. Tolfa sells him on a dummy, but he's brilliantly held onto by Falimoi. That's a great tackle there from the back rower. We get to a quick play of the ball now. Tatana Semi going coast to coast. Just sticking the nose through there. AJ Jones looking for a gap. Were they square at marker? Play on is the call from referee, and no, now the penalty is forthcoming. The tap and the go, and it is off the boot of Tatana Semi. Down around the legs, 20 out from the line. This could be for the game. Tolfa at the line, brings the big fella into it. That's a good carry forward there from Foketti.
Some desperation now.
They're inside the 10. Right edge they come, Tolfa to the line. Good defense from Southern Cross. He's held up too short. Tatana Semi looking to the left. Southern Cross, I think, appealing for a knock on. In fact, it's an injured player on the ground here, and got time off.
Okay, we've got official 2 minutes left on the clock with the match manager down there, Corey.
2 minutes remaining here in our grand final between St. Paul's and
So St. Paul's now back to the center of the park. Kali Lupo looks to stand one up, gets the fend on. Now he's crabbing across field, flings the ball out the back. Southern Cross, look at the scramble from, but it's the captain, Zion Man, in for his 3rd try of the game. This will even things up. Tell you what, they're celebrating like they won the grand final, but put it down to the work here. And brilliant work it is from the fullback, Kali Lupo.
Great
just
offload.
Ducks, dives, fends, gets the offload away, and then it's nicely summed up here. Does really well to just duck back inside, does Zion Man. He's been classy on the edge, hasn't he?
Massive day to day. Yeah, if you score 3 tries in a grand final, that's a day you're going to remember, ladies and gentlemen.
So locked up at 22 points all. Potentially for the grand final. Strikes it. It's away. So we remain locked up at 22 all. Now the protocol, should we be tied at full time, we will go to 5 minutes of golden point. That is first point wins. If there's still no points at the end of that, another 5 minutes. And then at the end of all that, it will be the first try scorer in the game who ends up winning the match. So a bit of a different system, not one you hear used every day, but that is how the games will be decided here in the rare event that we get through 2 periods of extra time, golden point without any score. And now St. Paul's get us back underway.
No
And
mistakes.
that is brilliant. That is brilliant to keep that ball in
And
play,
there it
although
is.
at the end of it he goes out, and that is unfortunate. The siren goes.
It's going to play to the whistle. No, ref says they're going to play that.
Well, the touchy had his flag up, but you're right. Play on is the call, and Southern Cross surely will just die on the ball here.
I don't think that's what's going to happen, Corey.
Instead, they're going to spark it up. St. Paul's coming from everywhere. Was that forward? Play on's the call.
Oh,
They're
what a
bumping
massive
down.
thing.
That is brilliant. Focchetti across, and look at the reaction from his team. We're going to golden point.
Let's see if we can pick that up on the SAS replay. Just have a look at this cover tackle. And yeah, might have been a little bit forward there. You called that one, Corey. Clear set of heels, but nice defense and carried out over the line. So as of now, we go into extra time, ladies and gentlemen, as Corey said. There's a small break as the teams are spoken to by their coaches and trainers as they get ready to restart.
Alright, the gentlemen with a draw here at full time. Our scores are locked at 22 all between Southern Cross and St. Paul's here for our under 15 nine-a-side grand final. Now we are going into golden point extra time, so just to update one on how that works. Just to update you guys on how everything works, we will go through to a 5-minute period of golden point extra time. There's still no point scores in that period. We will go to a second period of 5 minutes extra time golden point.
So here we go, golden point, first points win it. St. Paul's get us back underway, and it will be Southern Cross with first use of the ball. Tied at 22 all, we're in the first half of golden point. If there's no winner at the end of this 5-minute period, we'll have another 5-minute period. But given the fact that we've seen 44 combined points scored in this one, I dare say a try will not be far away. Will it be Southern Cross who work the ball up now inside the opposition half, fighting for that quick play of the ball as well? Charlie Salisali Omoana, he's been untouchable at times today. Not this time, taking the ground 45 short. Right edge they will come via Xavier Ta'ala, and he shakes off a couple. Last tackle coming up. Looking for the field goal, sets. And it's away. So not a bad option there though from Charlie Salisali Moana. Good heads up stuff there. So promising to see at this age group as well. The game awareness and also the skill execution. And that time the attempt a little bit wide, but everything in the build up very good from Southern Cross. And now St. Paul's get there. Chance at reply, and the line speed straight away from Southern Cross. Look at the enthusiasm. Grand final on the line. AJ Jones, he's won the ball courageously today, despite being one of the smaller men on the field. Left edge they come now, and the captain, man, steps back inside and just keeps the ball alive there, but we're going to have a penalty. This will go the way of Southern Cross. So a big, big moment in this match. Southern Cross are going to start this set 40 up from the line. It's a tap in the go. And Missy Patti will have the first carry. Do they go for the try? Do they set for the field goal? They bump it forward this time via Langi. That's good defence though from St. Paul's. Up and in the face. 2.5 minutes gone here in Golden Point. Salisa Leomoana playing it on now. Get the second offload away. That's poor. It's put down. St. Paul's have recovered. And they breathe a big, big sigh of relief now as Kelly Lupo shakes off one. Now they'll get a penalty of their own. They'll tap and they'll go. Kelly Lupo, he'll go 10 metres untouched. Tackled just short of halfway. 6 tackles up their sleeves here, St. Paul's. Connor Williams, one of the try scorers from earlier, he gets into dummy half, and that's a good carry forward. Tatana Simi, he's really changed the game with his energy around the ruck. They'll kick early, and it will be cleaned up. That possibly was not the option that time. Tackles up your sleeve with a couple of minutes to go on Golden Point. But they're backing themselves, St. Paul's. So now Southern Cross just look to work it out. It's so important you don't come up with an error this end of the field. Bump the ball forward, and we've got just over 1 minute remaining here in the first period of Golden Point. Told to play the ball, they do so. Get out to the right edge now, and this is a good carry forward. Taken just short of the 40, its last tackle. Out of field goal range, you would think. Instead, they look high, and here's a real tester at the back. Beautifully taken, though, by Kauli Lupo with all the pressure on, and now he looks to return serve, but the chase is brilliant from Southern Cross. They put him to ground 20 out from the line. Look at the line speed here. Time off. And that's the end of Golden Point. We missed the siren there. Troy didn't quite pick that one up.
The referee called it off his own wristwatch.
So, of course, the referee with the final say on time matters. So, it will switch over. So they will switch over, and we'll just let our clock run out to 5 minutes here so it lines back up. Well, thrilling stuff here, Troy. End-to-end rugby league, and after seeing 44 points scored across regular time, a scoreless first opening 5 minutes of Golden Point, who will be first to crack? St. Paul's on the ball, 30 out from the line.
Oh, it's a bobble, both ways.
Ball loose. And it will be Southern Cross footy. So advantage Southern Cross.
It's now who keeps their cool, calm heads.
Good carry out of trouble there from Missy Patti. Leon Moana is the dummy half. He tucks the ball under the wing and goes for a little run, which actually isn't so little, ends up making just a touch under 10. Centralising the ball now, just tucks it under the wing, and that'll be the grand final. There it is. Caleb Malaysia, and he wins it for Southern Cross Campus. They're the under-15 nine-a-side champions. A brilliant, brilliant run to finish it. Let's take a look now on the SAS replay.
On the replay, just have a look where the referee is and where the guy did the run. Sit in frame.
Yep, you're right. There'd been a little gap there all game, had it in there, and that was clever, clever play from Caleb Malaysia. Just tucks the ball under the wing and accelerates on through. Well done to St. Paul's College on a brilliant effort in this game, but it is Southern Cross who get the chocolates on this occasion. We're going to take a very short break now as we prepare for the next match, which thanks to Golden Point is just around the corner. But well done, Southern Cross campus, champions of the under 15 9-a-side grade.